Alright, this here is the HappyCabbie, and today we're going to show you how to make a balloon Cinderella. Now this design right here is pretty versatile. You can use it to make a Snow White if you were to do it with a dark blue top and a yellow bottom. You can use it to make Sleeping Beauty if you do it all in pink, or you can also do Belle from Beauty and the Beast if you were to do it all in yellow, and of course with brown hair. But we're doing the Cinderella, so it's going to be a baby blue dress. We're going to start off with the skirt, blowing the balloon up pretty much most of the way. Then of course we're going to tie into a knot. Then what we're going to do is we're going to stretch the balloon, and this helps to make the balloon slightly longer and also skinnier and less likely to pop. Now in case you want to try and work on a way to reduce noise, you can use a napkin or a handkerchief, or you can eventually develop the skill where you can actually stretch the balloon without making that horrible noise. Okay, we're going to start off with a bubble, probably about maybe 6 inches long. And we're going to tie, well not tie, but we're going to twist right there. Then we're going to fold over the balloon, and then we're going to tuck the knot under and through. Want to make sure the bubbles are the same size, so you want to double check yourself. Otherwise you'll have a couple of bubbles slightly larger than the other. So there we go. Tuck the knot under and through, and it holds it there in good place. Now we're going to make 2 more bubbles, and once again we want to make sure we measure them properly. And then we wrap it around, and then we're going to make 2 more bubbles. So we fold over, give the balloons a good squeeze. We want to make sure these balloons are soft bubbles, because if the balloons are too inflated, then they're going to pop when we do what we're about to do next. Now let's go ahead and cut off the excess and tie it into a knot, just like that. Okay, now we're going to push one bubble into the other bubble, just like that. It's not too hard. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move in the 3rd bubble. Now in industry terms, this here is pretty much called a pumpkin twist. And in fact, I even have a tutorial on how to make a balloon pumpkin using this exact method. But nevertheless, get everything all tucked in there, tweak it around, make sure everything's pretty much where it needs to be, and you're good to go. Now, scratch the ear. Stretch out the balloon. Stretching out the balloon helps to make them a little bit more limber, less likely to pop. And then of course you also want to make sure you use good top quality balloons. Stuff you get at the party store is just a little bit too fragile. Okay, we've blown this balloon up probably about 2/3 of the way. And we're going to twist off right there. Stretch it, then twist it, tuck the knot under and through. You have no idea what's coming next, do you? Of course I do. Okay. Now we're going to make 2 pinch twists right next to each other, and this is going to be the base of the neck where we are eventually going to attach the head. Now, we're going to make sure we squeeze all the balloons as we go. So we squeeze it and make another little loop twist. Tie it around several times, but don't be upset if this that last twist comes undone, because half the time when I do it, it comes undone. You just simply retwist it. Now we're going to make 1 long bubble, fold it around, tie it to the other end. So there we go. This is what we have so far. Then we come back down, tie it to that end. And then we just simply repeat the process. So we have a perfect little V shape. Now let's just go ahead and untwist that 1 bubble, just to show you what might happen. See, it's no big deal. You just simply retwist it, And then once you lock in the last piece of the balloon, it locks it in place. Then we cut off the excess. And there we go. Okay, now we're going to take the knots of the skirt balloon and we're going to wrap them in and through the V of the top part of the balloon. And this makes our perfect little balloon dress, just like you see right here. And make sure you tuck it under and through each time. You have 2 ends, so you wrap them around in different directions, lock it in secure. And if you have one large bubble like I do at the end right there, you just tell people, hey look, it's a handle. And just like on a Christmas tree, you put the odd piece in the back. Alright, now we're going to take a blush colored balloon and we're going to blow it up, probably just about halfway. Now we're going to squeeze the balloon and make a little joint. There, you see that right there. Then we're going to make a twist and we're going to wrap it around one of the little bubbles of the blue balloon. And that's going to form our arm. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to make 2 small bubbles. And these are going to be the, well, they're going to be the boobs. I like boobs on my balloons. I'm sure you do too. And then when we're finished with the arm, we give it a little elbow. And then we're going to cut off the excess. The excess balloon we're going to use to make the head. So hold on to that. And then I like to tie the 2 hands together. Sometimes I'll make a tiny small little flower and wrap them in the hands. Other times I might have them holding a heart or something like that. There we go, this is what we have so far. Squeeze in the boobs. Okay, now we're going to take our yellow balloon, blow it up just like that, tie it around into a knot. And then we're just going to re-inflate the head. That's right, Cinderella's an airhead. Well, that joke fell flat, didn't it? Okay. Now, we're going to squeeze off one bubble, probably about maybe 3 inches long. And we're going to take the knot of the yellow balloon, wrap it around several times around that twist. Then we're going to make another bubble the same size as the bubble of the blush balloon. And we're going to take the knot, tuck it under through a couple of times until it looks just like that. There we go. Now we're going to make 2 pinch twists on the yellow balloon. And that's going to secure the knots up at the top. Then we're basically going to fold the yellow balloon down and under and reach it back up to the top of the yellow balloons. Now on some designs, for example my Sleeping Beauty or Belle or some of the others, I'll actually leave a nice little ponytail. But here we're having the hair all done up, so that part of the balloon gets to be cut off. And then we just cut off the excess of the neck. We don't really need a neck. So we have a blush colored knot and a yellow colored knot. We're going to take each knot and tie them individually around the 2 pinch twists of the blue balloon. Lock it in there for the neck. Hey, you can see up the skirt. Ain't that something? And then what we do is we position everything, tweak it all around, get everything good and going. Then we're going to go ahead and draw a face. So there you see the regular balloon, and on this one I use the 350 for the head. I like using the 350 when I can, but not everybody carries those sizes. And why don't we just have them kiss? How fun is that?